October 28th, 2017, and it's Saturday. So, I think I put this into the descriptions of yesterday's vlog when I uploaded it, but yesterday was a mess of feeling like I didn't exist correctly, and at about 7 o'clock I realized that may be because I forgot to take my medication. So with that issue resolved, I feel much more like a human being. Halloween's coming up. I'm not at all excited about that. Definitely my favorite overly commercial, extra silly holiday. This was the holiday decor that I could find in the living room without much work. Yeah. A lot of this is out all year round. Actually, looking at this, all of this is out all year round. It's just not usually all in one spot. So we have my amazing Hocus Pocus pillows from Target, and these little glass skull bottles. Then there's an LED candle that my bird friend got for me, has a witchy on it. And then Angel, I believe, crocheted this little pumpkin. This gold one is also from Target. And then this is my dice bin. It's like half full of dice for Dungeons and Dragons. And then there are little purple bat LED lights that you can't quite see because there's a lot of light coming from the window over there, but it's okay. And then Eamon's clock and the fox were already in this spot. You may recognize them from prior adventures. So I decided to be hecka extra cute for Halloween. I'm a cat. Duh. I decided to put on black lipstick that I'll probably take right back off pretty soon. I'm ready for my close-up. I should have put on my Made of Magic necklace that Claire gave me for my birthday. I'm going to paint my digits tonight, I think. I'm going to see if Autumn wants to have a manicure sesh. I still feel silly saying that. So I got yesterday's vlog edited and made a super cute thumbnail and end card and start card for it that are much more appropriate to the season. And then I started making one for November that'll look different for the whole month because I thought that would be kind of fun. And in October I sort of just made one and then later was like, I missed an opportunity to make this fall themed. So the next couple of days you'll see an awesome Halloween image that you probably already saw. So I've been doing some research and setup, and I think that I might have everything to do some streams. The last piece should be here in the mail today. And if I can get that all set up and have it work correctly, then I will probably mention in a future vlog what kind of schedule I'm thinking about. But if it doesn't work, I don't want hopes for all 6 of you or so to be raised. A friend and I were talking about these vloggy things the other day, and they commented that they don't think they're the audience, and I said I wasn't really sure who the audience was, and I said, I think you're making them for yourself. And I was like, well, yeah, mostly. Honestly, the overarching goal was to have something that I had to do every day that would be more impactful if it was done every day, because I could schedule things until the cows come home, but I won't do it if I don't have the appropriate sort of setup. And the last couple of days of vlogging have proved to me that my universe sometimes doesn't feel publicly consumable. So if the vlog is under like 3 minutes, it's probably because I had a high pain day or a really garbage day. And my pain levels are only moderate today. Like if I get thoroughly invested in something, I can feel distracted and forget that I'm in a bunch of pain. Like I need to very seriously zone in on something. I think that honestly my biggest complaint about it is that reading doesn't work because it requires too much physical movement. And I know that that seems strange because it's like a very small amount of physical movement, but something about like holding a book in a readable position that doesn't make my neck or shoulders or arms or back or some part of me just whinge in a horrible way is kind of rough. And so, like, I end up watching a lot of YouTube videos and stuff because I can just sort of curl up on the bed and prop myself in the appropriate ways with pillows or smack the TENS unit on my back and not have to, like, move around a lot. Video games can kind of be the same way. I get my chair kind of set up in a really comfy way so that my arms rest at the right angle and everything is just really comfy. It's pretty easy to just, like, here is a blanket. I'm gonna ball it into roughly the right shape and shore up this side of my universe. Okay, now I'm gonna have to offset that a little bit with this other. All right, now I am properly, set up. There's something about reading that is really hard for me to get that right because I naturally will shift and then I have to kind of disengage from the reading universe to fix it. And so it's kind of hard for me to re-immerse after that point. So I'll get like 4 or 5 pages done and that's it. And the other problem I think is that I'd been trying to read a lot of nonfiction and a lot of it is stuff I wanted to take notes on or create marginalia for. And so the act of like reading and writing together can be kind of complicated. I've sort of been trying to figure out what the appropriate like book prop would be. Because maybe that would help a little bit. I also have been thinking about figuring out how to rig up some sort of like bedside desk, something that my laptop can sit on that can like slide under the bed and over it, like a little U, so like bed, and then I can have my laptop on it and maybe enough room to put my legs under it if I need to, or have them folded under it if it needs to, so that I can then kind of rest and keep good, like, I don't know. The ergonomics of my universe are complicated. I guess that's the moral of the story. Tried to go to the grocery store yesterday and for some reason it just seemed really loud. Like the grocery store always seems really loud, but like the Halloween stuff was all out and there were children running around screaming and somebody bounced off of the side of my chair pretty early on in my shopping trip. It was like a tween probably, and he wasn't really looking where he was going and it hurt, and his mother made him apologize to me in a way that felt really demeaning. So I sort of started to panic and feel really small and also like I was taking up more space than I should. And so my basket had like 3 items in it at that point, and I booked for the check stand and left. And the cashier was super weird at me too, so that definitely didn't help. And then when I got up this morning, I was going to go do the grocery shopping because we needed to do the grocery shopping. But I checked Twitter and saw that there was a mugging in the parking lot of the grocery store I go to. And that police were looking for the guy, and then I've seen them troll up and down my street like 4 times this morning. So I did not do that. Autumn and Eamon went grocery shopping with a car, which makes that whole prospect a lot easier anyway. So I have a little to-do list of things that I'm trying to get done this weekend, and I'm hoping that it all goes relatively well. I think that Eamon and I are going to watch some Stranger Things on Halloween because I didn't manage to make it all the way through the first season. I think we have like 2 episodes left because the way that it builds tension can be a little much for me, but it's not particularly jump scary at least for my personal definitions of jump scary. And I kind of feel like jump scares are sort of relative because I know that things that don't cause me panic cause other people panic and vice versa. So, but either way, your mileage may vary, but I'm pretty excited to finally reach some conclusion on that. I just reached down and picked up an Eamon beard hair that is this long and very thick. Oh, wow. At least as far as I can tell, the camera might actually be picking that up. That's what it's like living with somebody with a 2-foot-long beard, guys. Gals, non-binary pals, all y'all. I've been watching this particular Pokemon streamer, Quinn. And I was really surprised because at the beginning of his stream yesterday, and I don't always catch the beginning, if I see that he's online and I'm just sitting somewhere working, I turn it on kind of for background noise. And at the beginning of the stream, he said, "Good morning, guys, gals, and non-binary pals." And I was like, "Have you been watching Thomas Sanders? Also, thank you for including me in your intro." I've also seen him shut down some pretty problematic transphobic comments in his chat, which was kind of nice. Did you hear the recorder? Pretty sure somebody's kid in one of the adjacent apartments is doing that part of like 5th grade where you learn to play the recorder, because I've been hearing the occasional recorder whistle for like a week or two now. I think that I'm most annoyed because they're not actually attempting to play it as much as use it like a whistle. It might be the kids next door, though. I'm not sure. It might also just be a whistle. Who knows? Yeah, so I've been doing that and playing a lot of The Sims and wondering if there's any authorship at all on the prevalence for people with disabilities playing life simulation games, because I noticed that there are a fair number of people in my particular Twitter sphere that talk about playing The Sims and are also people with disabilities. And it occurred to me a long time ago, actually, but I was thinking about it again recently, how you can't play a Sim with disabilities. Like in the weird kind of creepy utopia of The Sims, you can't be a disabled person. Like you can, as of The Sims 4, you can canonically be a trans person. In what is probably the best approach they could have taken to that, but still a mildly problematic one. When you create a Sim, there's a section where you select their, like there's a little men's sign and women's sign, and if you click that, there's a drop down now, and you answer the questions, do you want a masculine frame or a feminine frame? And then you answer, do you want masculine clothing preference or feminine clothing preference? And then they ask if you want to be able to get pregnant, make other people pregnant, or neither. And then they ask if you want to be able to pee standing up. Spoilers, like every one of my Sims can pee standing up. It's interesting though, it also occurs to me that I kind of wish there was a third checkbox that said like no clothing preference, like just show me everything. Both because every Sim can wear every piece of clothing now, and also because I sort of want that recognition, if that makes sense. Although now that I think about it, I don't think I have run across any Sims, like the auto-generated ones that wander around your world, that have a masculine frame and feminine clothing, or vice versa, really. I mean, if you look at the gallery, which is like EA Games has a gallery where you can like download people's created Sims and houses and lots and stuff, so people make like really epic builds and then put them out there for you to be able to pull down and use on your game save. And I know that I've seen some pretty amazing Sims there. Like, people have gone to a lot of time and effort to make them extra gorgeous. Granted, I only have the base game, so there's a lot of really cool stuff that I don't get to play around with. If I do stream, it's probably going to be The Sims. I'm not 100% sure, because I don't have a DS Capture or a new 3DS, so I can't stream Nintendo DS games. If I could, then it would definitely be Pokemon Sun and Moon, or maybe like, pretty sure I have Black ready to be reset with all the Pokemon moved to the bank, so I could do a Black Nuzlocke or something, but I think it's going to be The Sims, and I think I'm going to do a couple of build things first, and then do some sort of more elongated storyline after that and see how it goes. I sort of like the idea that with The Sims you get to add kind of the marginalia of their lives, where you kind of determine what kind of character they are, and you kind of tell a story about a person or a family or a couple or just some friends, and that is a really interesting way to do it, I think. Also, it could be fun to stream much longer Sims playthroughs and then have the ability to take that stream recording and edit it down into like a shorter form video. So you may or may not see something like that at some point. Wow, I am rambling. We're at 15 minutes. Okay, well, I have a bunch of things that I should be doing that aren't chattering at this camera like it's a close and personal friend. But I do really value kind of a space where I can feel like somebody's listening and where I can feel like somebody's hearing what I say. It's really validating. Yeah. I may check in again today, but I don't know if I will. We'll see how the day goes. If I don't, thanks for listening. It feels really good to be heard. Have an awesome day, guys, gals, and non-binary pals.